With Darius.
Oh, we are live.
Hello.
Coffee.
Poor coffee.
Poor coffee. Oh, poor coffee.
They're usually like 100%.
I did not have sexual relations
100%.
with that woman.
100%.
Oh, sorry.
100%. All right, welcome. It's been a week. This isn't Sean. This is Darius. But Sean
More
is
interesting.
Sean is away, and this week's topic, especially for the podcast, is about getting jacked and improving body composition. So Darius has the best body, so Sean's been pushed out. Darius has been brought in, and do you know a good telltale sign for people that are quite jacked is that they wear big clothes.
Mate.
I wear small clothes.
Yeah, I look.
You know, like the people in a gym where like they wear like massive baggy t-shirts, and then like you're just like. And then they like take it off and just huge.
I usually wear an XL and I fill it out. So
yeah, XL what?
Shirt, seriously.
Boy.
So there you go.
XL boy shirt?
Yeah, tiny boys. Yeah,
Tiny-
size 16 actually. Yes.
Tiny boys.
Yes, Charles clothing.
That's a regular sized coffee in your hand. You
All
just
right.
smash it.
So as you can see,
exactly.
I have
Yeah.
rebuild stuff on. We are putting in another order. So if you do want a hoodie or a hat or jumper or something, let us know. So last week's podcast, we spoke about how your mindset could be affecting your health. So if you haven't listened, the numbers are going up on this one too. So yeah, go and give it a listen, because everyone struggles with their mindset. This is the biggest thing when it comes to their training and their nutrition and their overall health. So that's where the majority of people that we have to deal with need help, right? Is in their mental state.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people know what to do, but actually doing it is the psychology there. Couple of things from it. One of them, metabolism. Let's just talk on this quickly about metabolism. And some people might be going, oh, this is going to be joyous. But this is just a little message out there just to say that if you're listening to this and you're thinking that your metabolism is broken or struggling, it's not. Broken metabolisms don't exist. You are not broken. And it's like people want to be broken. Because then there's an answer. Your metabolism is not broken. You are not broken. A broken metabolism does not exist. There might be some caveats in this between metabolic conditions in terms of thyroid problems or PCOS. But if you think you have one of these issues, then you should be going to your doctor. If not, the likelihood is that your metabolism is not broken. And even if you do have one of them, metabolic conditions, your metabolism still isn't broken. It's just lower than what it usually is for the general population. Do you know what I mean? Your metabolism is not broken. You're over consuming on food. That is pretty much the simple term. So every bit of research, every leader and expert in this will say the exact same thing as I'm just saying. Your metabolism is not broken. Food is more than fat loss. What do you reckon to that?
Yeah, most certainly.
Like it.
It's not we don't need to like just restrict or just train or you know, burn more, sweat more, all these different things. It's there's so many more things in line with metabolism as well. It's not there's different health benefits to food, not just fuel or consumption, because that's bullshit as well. That whole food is fuel.
Yeah.
When you go to when you go to a gas station, there's
Yeah.
also like 3 different unleaded petrols. Which one are you choosing?
Yeah.
Like so.
Yeah, food is fuel. Yeah, like food is more than fuel, right? Food is, you know, we have a constant discussion with my members that, you know, they will feel upset because they have, you know, ate a certain food, you know, in a social environment. But food is social. Food is emotional. Food is comforting. Do you know what I mean? People are like, oh, when I get a little bit sad, I eat food. That's okay.
I must be sad all the time.
Yeah,
I must
that's
be
it.
sad all the time.
That's
so.
okay, but the constant, you know, thing we get is like, oh, how many calories do I need? For what? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
How many calories?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Because you just go into a diet, because anyone can tell you this, right? A nutritionist isn't someone that just gives you your calories, because you just need to Google how many calories you should be eating, and there's going to be 1 million. I'll tell you now, body weight times 22 if you're a male, times 24 if you're a female. There you go. There's your BMR. There's your
BMI.
There's your metabolic rate.
There's your calories. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Nutritionist, give me some money.
Yeah, please.
But you have to think about like for what. And again, one of our purposes for this week's podcast, we're going to be talking about getting jacked, or at least improving body composition. Because if a lot of people spend less time dieting and more time training and focusing on eating well and focusing on their sleep and focusing on their strength, they would eventually have better body composition.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that like all these gurus and that want to try and like spill to you or don't want you to know. Sorry, that what they don't want you to know is that a different form of training or a different form of sweating is not your answer. It's actually everything else, because training is the constant. It should always be that. It should always be strength related or building and fixing weaknesses, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you. But it's everything else that matters the most.
Yeah. It's like we can't live dieting. I think this is another thing. People want to constantly know their calories because they constantly... Darius is much better. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Nor should we want to. Diet shouldn't be sustainable. So why do we always want to live there? Why are we always looking to just lose more fat? I want to lose more fat. Do you know what I mean? I want to look leaner, where the actual question is like, no, you actually want to look better, right?
Yeah.
That's the outcome that people want. They don't want to be leaner. They want to look better. But you would look better if you had more mass. And I'm not talking about huge amounts of muscle mass, because again, I don't know how big people believe that they can get. Do you know what I mean? I've been lifting weights on and off now for 14 years maybe. I'm not, do you know what I mean? I'm not in any way, shape or form jacked. So people think they're going to come in and just start lifting and be like, boom. It's like...
Yeah, magic powder. I wish, if you find that magic powder, please let me know. I'm not talking about the other magic powder.
Yeah, that's it. You bottle it and you could sell it for gazillions. I would buy it.
Yeah, 100%.
I would buy it.
Yeah.
I would even be sold. I'd even just test it.
Same with you. So I've been training since I was 14, and it's only the past like 2-3 years that I've really developed and changed and understood how to get to where I am now. Like I was a fatly, like where I ate too much.
You were what?
A fat athlete. Right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, right. A fat athlete, right? Where I ate too much, or I ate the wrong things. I didn't train hard enough. I thought I was training hard, but I wasn't. I wasn't doing what was necessary, and all this stuff will make sense tomorrow in the podcast. Ooh, getting you excited now. But I was a fatly, and then I lost too much weight. I got too lean because I was too restricted. I didn't have the energy and the power output that was needed. Yeah. And now, seriously, like in layman's terms, lift heavy shit and eat a lot. But obviously there's more to it than that. Yeah. And these are the things that we'll cover tomorrow.
But if you had spent more time maintaining your current weight and then training, you would also probably eventually build a better body, because when you actually lost a little bit of fat, you would meet in the middle with your muscle, which would improve body composition. And you would have a much greater relationship with food. Which is what we all need to do some working on. But the problem is that everyone wants instant gratification, and losing fat is much easier than building muscle. So I'm going to see results faster.
Yeah.
But then what? Do you know what I mean? Instant gratification. So sort of ego is the problem here.
100%. Ego is the enemy. It's the enemy of everything. We have the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is a science thing. Where we first start out and we think we know everything about something, and then we realise how little we know.
How true is that, though?
Yeah.
How true is that, the Dunning-Kruger effect?
It is.
It's
100%.
So bad, man.
It's so bad. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is a study done where it's confidence and experience knowledge over time. And what happens is when someone first starts something, doesn't matter what it is, a job, gym, football, doesn't matter, your confidence in your ability will peak like extremely high once you've learnt like one thing, and you have no idea about anything else in that sport, but you think you know everything, you think you're really good at it, right? Yeah. Then all of a sudden you hit this like rock bottom, this waterfall effect, where you fall down and you start to lose a bit of confidence, but you're actually gaining so much experience and new skill. Then what happens is over time, and time is the determinant of everything, you begin to understand how little you do know, but how to get to where you want to be.
Yeah. That's like when you have James coaching the class. That's what happens. You go on the waterfall.
That's it. You know what I mean? Picture. I'm just going to take that as a compliment. I'm sure. I'm sure I saw a compliment in that. But yeah, the more you are an expert in something, the less you think you know. I'm trying to, you know what I mean?
The more you realise you don't know.
Yeah. There's so much to learn.
And the more internal confidence you have as well, because you understand what you do know, you understand what you don't know, so you can apply yourself in the appropriate aspect to it. You can learn a bigger lesson because you don't know something, because you're open to it, and you're also able to achieve more with something you do know because you know how to get it done.
Is that ever a thing in Australia? This?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I'm 31.
Retro.
Now. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, this week's podcast will just be me and Darius. Like I said, he's actually jacked, so you know what I mean. He's an expert. He's an expert in it. So get jacked or die trying, or how to actually improve your body composition, which is what everyone wants. So we're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about the science around training and what you actually need to get a result. Because I get any training's better than no training, but listen, there's rules around this stuff too.
Deal.
Make sense?
Deal.
All right. Peace. There we go. Have a good week.